Welcome back, y'all. Ryan Hall here with the weather forecast. And today we're going to be talking about one storm, our next major storm coming in on Sunday. Guys, we have been talking about this storm for over 2 weeks, and a lot of people just wrote it off. And when the models waffled, people kind of hopped off board. But we have stuck with it right here, and now we're less than 36 hours out from the initiation of this storm, and it gets more real every second. So without further ado, let's get right into talking about the weather. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to jump straight into the models. Now, there are already some places in North Carolina and Virginia that have issued winter storm watches. We'll go over those more in depth tomorrow, as I believe winter storm warnings will eventually go into effect as well. But we're going to start off with the NAM, okay? The North American model. This is the 12Z data. Okay, real quick synopsis before we get started. Watch down here, the tail end of this cold front. Some of this moisture is going to try to reposition to the north. And when that happens, there is a tendency for cyclogenesis, which means we may have a low pressure system forming on our hands. Additionally, watch this up here. A little piece of this energy slides down the rest of it into the Midwest, something like an Alberta Clipper or something like that, and that's going to try to meet up with our storm down here, and that's basically what gives us the ingredients for our system. So here we are, we're putting it into motion. Everything's coming together nicely at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, February 6th, 10 a.m. Look at this. We've got abundant Gulf moisture. We've got cold air in place up here, and here's our little system coming across Nebraska. That's going to bring them a little bit of snow. That Gulf moisture really gets amplified as we go into 4 p.m. on Saturday, and we've already got snow breaking out possibly in northern Alabama and northern Georgia. And we may have sleet and freezing rain as far south as Atlanta, Georgia at 4 p.m. on Saturday. As we continue putting this into motion, the heavy snow breaks out in North Carolina and into Virginia, eastern Tennessee. And our little short wave is going to try to kink the trough a little bit more so that we can get some amplification of this system, and maybe it'll turn more to the north rather than going off to the east. That's what we want if you want snow. And let's put this one frame further into motion. Looky here, 1 a.m. on Sunday, we've got moderate to heavy snow all across the state of Tennessee, working into southeastern Kentucky now. Much of Virginia is getting heavy snow. Looks like a sleet storm in North Carolina, though. That's Sleet Town, baby. Anywhere from Asheville all the way down to Charlotte and Raleigh. This will probably start off as some frozen precipitation for you, but it will eventually turn to rain. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Once I put this into motion a little bit more, 4 a.m. on Sunday, we've got a low pressure system that's formed properly here off the coast of North Carolina, a 1004 millibar low pressure system. Our short wave up here isn't interfering too much, but we've got an injection of cold air down here that's given heavy snow opportunities for eastern Kentucky and Tennessee still at this point. And let's put that on into motion. Here we go. It's getting into Maryland now, the northern Delmarva Peninsula, southern and central New Jersey. Look at this. 10 a.m. on Sunday, we've got heavy snow for Maryland, Delaware, southern Jersey. If this verifies, this will be some extremely heavy snow right through here with probably some gusty winds too. And then at 1 p.m. on Sunday, that moves on into Long Island, southern portions of New York State, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Looks like Cape Cod may be all snow for this storm according to the North American model. And then it kind of gets out of here in a hurry. It's completely done by Monday morning at 1 a.m. So yeah, that's the NAM model. Let's take a look at them snowfall totals. All right, here we go. Much of central and eastern Tennessee can expect 2 to 4 inches of snow with isolated areas with more than 6 inches. Especially in eastern Tennessee, northeastern Tennessee, and the mountains, you may see more than 8 inches of snow. Southeastern Kentucky, same thing, 2 to 4 inches. Into the Piedmont and North Carolina, you guys could see a couple inches. But looky here, northern Alabama, a trace of snow all the way up to 2 inches. Same thing for northern Georgia here and northwestern South Carolina. But the real snow is going to happen right here in central Virginia, with over a foot of snow possible from Blacksburg all the way up to DC. And then in Maryland, from DC to Baltimore, 10, 11 inches is possible according to the NAM. Much of Delaware gets over 10 inches. The totals kind of drop down here in Jersey and Long Island with just around 8 inches possible. And then that continues on up into Cape Cod, Connecticut, Rhode Island with 8 to 10 inches possible, with isolated amounts above 10 inches here and there. But yeah, guys, the NAM did a great job with our last storm, the one that dropped 30 inches of snow or more in eastern Pennsylvania. At this point, the NAM was doing the best job with that storm, so we've definitely got to pay attention to this model, but we've got other ones to look at. Let's go. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro. This was one of the first models that really showed this storm. It lost it there for a little bit, and it's back now. So let's see what the 12Z Euro says. 7 p.m. tomorrow, we've got the initialization of our storm in progress in northern Georgia. Look at here, snow in northern Georgia, maybe even a little bit of snow mixing in all the way into central South Carolina, maybe. It's Snowtown, maybe. Okay, and then here's our secondary disturbance up here, giving a little bit of snow to Missouri, St. Louis. You're going to see some flakes, and then it really starts ramping up once our low forms off the coast here in the Atlantic. And we've got heavy snow, according to the Euro, go all the way down into central North Carolina now. And here's our moderate to heavy snow in southeastern Kentucky, all the way down into Tennessee. This is once again at 4 a.m. on Sunday. And let's put this into motion. That heavy snow lifts off to the north a little bit, and we've got it going on in Maryland and Delaware. This one looks to be a little bit further south than the NAM. So most of the Delmarva Peninsula, Delaware, all of Maryland, you guys are all snow for this portion of the storm, according to the Euro model. Remember, this is not a forecast. We're looking at probabilities. We're looking at models here, okay? And then let's put that into motion, and it really strengthens once it gets up here, throwing some snow back on Long Island and Cape Cod. Rhode Island, you're in a good position for this storm. And this is a 988 millibar low pressure system, and those isobars look kind of tight, so we may have some pretty gusty winds going on here too. And then that gets the heck out of here by 7 a.m. on Monday. Now the Euro really gets this storm out of here in a hurry, so the snow totals are reflected in that. As you can see, compared to the NAM, they're pretty low here. We still get 2 to 4 inches across southeastern Kentucky, eastern Tennessee, northwestern North Carolina, much of Virginia and Maryland, and we still get a trace of snow to an inch or so all the way down into central Georgia, eastern Alabama, northeastern South Carolina, much of North Carolina. But the totals are drastically lower up here in New England, where we're talking about 3 to 6 inches, except maybe over here in Cape Cod. But if you're a snow lover, this is a trend, okay? The last run of the Euro had no snow at all, pretty much. So we got to keep our eye on it. And now let's take a look at the GFS. As we put this into motion, there's our convergence. 4 a.m. on Sunday, we have, once again, heavy snow, central Tennessee, southeastern Kentucky, southern West Virginia, all of Maryland, all of Delaware, and much of northern North Carolina. This is going to be a tough one for old Brad Panovich to forecast down there in Charlotte. They're going to be right on the line once again between potential snowflakes to an inch or two or all rain. Same thing here in Raleigh. Very confident in northern Virginia though, staying all snow for this and possibly getting quite a bit of snow. Also Maryland from DC to Baltimore, I think you're going to be all snow. There's your snowfall totals from the GFS. Once again, a little bit less than the NAM, but this is actually a little bit more significant than the Euro. Southeastern Kentucky, we're talking about 2 to 4 inches of snow with possibly areas of 5 inches or more. Same thing here in central Tennessee. There's a little stripe here through central Jersey down into Delaware and into Maryland with more than 6 inches of snow possible according to the GFS. And then Cape Cod just gets hammered with a foot of snow according to this model, but this is just the GFS. Now we also have to talk about the Canadian model. That's right, even the Canadian model is showing this storm now. This is real, guys. Somebody's going to be in Snowtown, baby. Comment down below if you want to be in Snowtown. All right, let's put this thing into motion. Let's see how the Canadian does, eh? It looks very similar to all the other models at this point. 4 a.m. Sunday, February 7th. We've got initialization, but we've got plenty of precipitation. We've got plenty of cold air, and we've got plenty of snow now through the mountains of eastern Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee, and West Virginia. It's starting to work into central Virginia, and that's going to work up into Maryland and Delaware. Watch it. It gets heavy at times in Washington, D.C. around 10 a.m. on Sunday. Also in Delaware, all the way through New Jersey. Once again, New Jersey, it looks like you're all snow for this whole event. And once again, it looks like some gusty winds are possible here with that low pressure system as it swings off to the north and to the east very fast. If this was a slower storm, we'd be talking about much higher snow totals. But it looks like, once again, our low pressure system deepens right here next to the Cape of Massachusetts, Cape Cod here, and they're going to get a heaping helping snowfall out of this, son. They got really held back on our last storm. They got all rain, but it looks like they're going to be redeemed here with some very heavy snow on Sunday, February 7th at 7 p.m. Let's get that on out of here, and we do have to look at those Canadian total snowfall numbers. Snowtown, baby. Snowtown if you are in southern Maryland. Snowtown if you are in Delaware. Snowtown if you are in south central New Jersey, okay? Tom's River, how would you like to get 7 to 8 inches of snow? Long Island, same thing, 7 to 8 inches. Cape Cod, over a foot. Hey. Southeastern Kentucky looks like a couple inches here. This is something like this part of the storm back here. We've got to watch very carefully because we can get some overperforming action going on if we can get that low to really bring down some northwestern winds and kind of amplify that backside snow. But it looks to me like the winners of this storm are going to be in this circle right here. All right, so if you are in that circle, there's a very good potential you're going to be in Snowtown, baby. But once again, for now, we're still calling it Snowtown, maybe. Listen, guys, it is too soon to tell exactly how much snow you're going to get at this point. But the fact of the matter is that we do have a snowstorm on the way for people who live between northeastern Mississippi all the way up to Maine, with an emphasis on Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, and then the very extreme southeastern coastal regions of New England. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you never miss an update if this does look like it's going to be a pretty significant winter storm, I will be going live during the duration of the event, probably for 3 or 4 hours on Sunday, so we can track it together. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss that. All right. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.